everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to my videos. I'm your host, KK Rena, and it ain't nobody sweeter than me. That's right, your girl can sing. This is the first part in my 3-part miniseries leading up to my birthday, and I'm calling it the 28 Years of Rena. Basically, I'm telling you facts about me from 28 questions frequently asked that you otherwise wouldn't have known about me. So, let's get started with the first 8 questions. The first question is, where were you born? Well, I was born in San Fernando, La Union, on the island of Luzon in the Philippines, or the Philippine Islands, whichever you want to say. It doesn't really matter, it's the same thing. My mother was a teacher there and a gospel singer at the Miracle Bible College, and that is where she gave birth to me. They called me the miracle baby. The second question is, how are you a U.S. citizen? Well, I am a U.S. citizen, and I actually have dual citizenship here and also in the Philippines. My father was an American citizen, and my mother was a citizen of the Philippines, obviously. But you know, I don't have a born abroad certificate, and it didn't used to be a problem when my father was alive because he was obviously my proof that I was a citizen. However, so many laws have changed since then that, in the 80s when I was born, my dad wasn't in the military, so I don't have a born abroad certificate. So many laws have changed since then that the only thing that actually proves that I am a U.S. citizen is my passport. So I keep my passport safe and locked up, and where no one can get to it, and you know, until I need it to go somewhere out of the country, which I almost never do. And I make sure to renew it every friggin' chance I get, pretty much. Question number 3, where did you grow up? I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa. Yes, that's right, Iowa. If you do not know where it is, I'd be glad to tell you. If you don't know where it is, you should probably go back to school. It is underneath Minnesota, in between Nebraska and Illinois, and above Missouri. Got that? Okay, good. Dad brought us back when I was 4 and a half. And from then on, that's where I grew up and went to school. My mother became a legal citizen at that point of the United States, and so she's been a citizen ever since. Question number 4, did you like school? Fuck no! I fucking hated school. It was boring, and I got really bad grades from 2nd through 5th grade. Oh my god, don't even get me started. And I know you're thinking, no, it's impossible to fail elementary school. But trust me, I was on the verge many times because I did not participate very well in class, and I just did not like it. I mean, it's hard to explain any more than that without getting into further detail, but trust me when I say that it was probably one of the most difficult times of my life. Question number 5 is, were you always so outspoken? I get this question a lot. No, I was bullied when I was very young because I was different looking. Not just by people, strangers, or, schoolmates or classmates, but also by my own family. And, I was really awkward and shy, and I often didn't speak to anyone out of anxiousness, and I developed an anxiety disorder that really bothered me for a very long time. And I was so isolated by my peers, and I just stayed to myself, and I just kind of sat back and observed everyone else until I decided not to worry about what other people thought of me, and that's how I became the outspoken person I am today. Because life is too fucking short. Say what you mean and mean what you say. It's more honorable that way. Trust me. You know. Question 6. What did you do for fun when you were a kid? Oh my god. I used to write plays, and I used to make my sister and my nieces perform them, and I used to sing, and I used to dance, and I used to play instruments, and really those were my favorite things to do. I also played a whole lot of sports, and I also grew up with a pool in my backyard. My dad had one at his house that he had lived at for like 40 years. He had a outside above ground pool, and that is pretty much what I did for ever. It's kind of actually how I got my name, because my dad, he called me his little tetrafish because I used to swim all the time, and I was probably a better swimmer than most children, actually. So those were the things that I did for fun when I was a kid. I'll reiterate, I played sports, I played instruments, I sang, danced, performed, and yeah, that's about it. Question number 7. Are your mom and dad still together? My mom and dad are not still together. My dad, before he passed away, my mom and dad were together until I was 8 years old, and then they divorced due to irreconcilable differences, I suppose you could say. I'm not even sure if I said that right. I think I did. But anyway, their differences were not reconcilable. So, they ended up splitting up, and from then on, we lived with my mom, and we saw our dad every other weekend. But my dad passed away when he was 86 in 2001, not too long after the Twin Towers were destroyed, and so they hadn't been together for a long time. For pretty much most of our childhood, they were apart. But stuff happens. I think that when you're a child, you don't realize that it's more important for your parents to be apart if they don't get along than for them to try and stay together and be unhappy. Because when you're a kid, when you're unhappy, your kids are unhappy because they can feel your unhappiness. Question number 8. How many brothers and sisters do you have? Good question. I have 1 brother and 5 sisters. And that's it. That's it for this. So I'll see you guys next episode.